Hello and welcome to another booktube video from me, Lauren, from Lauren and the Books. Today I'm bringing to you part 2 of the On My Shelf book tag. I did part 1 last week, I'll link the video down below, and I did, as I shouted out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and YouTube to ask people to get in touch with me with a number between 1 and 10, which would denote the shelf that I'm picking from, and 1 and 27, which would denote the book I'm picking from. I got quite a lot of responses, so I split it into 2 videos. The first video was the people I know in real time, Lauren time, on Facebook, and these are my lovely booktube friends and fam who got in touch with me via Twitter, Instagram and YouTube. So let's get going. I've got quite a pile here. So the first one is a Instagram account that I follow called Kitchen Delights, and I've been following her for quite a while. She started following me because I was cooking my way through a Jamie Oliver book, so I then followed her back, and she does such amazing cooking, really worth checking out. And she got in touch, and this is just so weird, and she said book 4, shelf 4, book 14, which was A Literary Feast. Weird, because I follow her because of the cooking, she followed me because of the cooking, and now I'm doing this. And this is a book I got for my birthday off my mum, I believe, and it is so cute. It is a selection of things you can cook that are to do with books. So I've just opened here, let's have a look. Gingerbread Cake for Cold Weather Feast, which is a recipe that comes from Middlemarch by George Eliot, and it's just all things like that. It's just really sweet, and I've seen it in so it's got mussels here. So from Audrey Niffenegger's The Time Traveller's Wife, it's got mussels that are mild and smoky, slender strips of carrot and beet that taste of fennel and olive oil. So yeah, really cool. So I absolutely loved getting this, and it's a really cute little dinky book, and it's really beautiful inside as well. So weird that the cookery has come from here and on Instagram. Weird. The next one was Amy, who got in contact with me via Instagram, I believe. Amy writes an amazing blog. I will also link that down below. And she loves reading too. She's read some really good books this year already, so really cool that she has got in touch with me there. She picked Shelf 10, Book 2, which was The Year of the Rat by Claire Furness. I do not know what this is about. This was bought, and it's still got the bloody sticker on it. This was bought from the days where, oh no, I'm not going to peel that off because it will ruin it. This was bought from the days where I used to get my book recommendations from the Richard and Judy Book Club, because I didn't really know where else to go for book recommendations, and this was on the Richard and Judy Book Club one year. I do not know what it's about. I know that this is in really good condition, considering I bought it from a second-hand bookshop. To Pearl, there's nothing sweet about her premature half-sister Rose. It was Rose that caused her mother's death, and Rose that turned her world upside down. To Pearl, Rose is the rat. Achingly sad yet refreshingly real, the year of the rat will make you laugh, cry and hold your loved ones a little bit tighter. So that is what that is about. The next person is Victoria Addis, who got in touch with me via YouTube, I believe. She also has a channel. She picked Shelf 2, Book 24, which was Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. I have a set of these that my friend Ryan and Amy bought me for Christmas, not last year, the year before. And they're all the penguin sets, all this lovely like watercolour picture on the front, and this is Sense and Sensibility. I actually have 2 copies of Sense and Sensibility. The other copy I have is a cloth bound classic, 2 of which I showed in my old video. And yeah, Sense and Sensibility, I have read that. I haven't read this copy. This copy is immaculate, as you can see. I read the other copy, but it's really nice to own a set of Jane Austen's, and they just look beautiful on my bookshelf, so really pleased with that one. Ooh, J-Evi76, who follows me on Instagram, she got in contact and said Shelf 7, Book 13. Shelf 7, very popular shelf. Shelf 7, Book 13 is Benedict Cumberbatch's biography, which Minnie got me for Christmas this year in my stocking. I love Benedict Cumberbatch. I love Sherlock, therefore I love Benedict Cumberbatch. And Minnie got me this for Christmas. I don't know when I'll get around to reading it, but I do feel like I would be interested to know more about Benedict Cumberbatch's life. Hey, I love him. I want to know more about his life, so I will get reading that at some point. I do believe it is an unofficial biography, obviously. Lauren got in touch on Instagram, I believe, and she also gave Shelf 7, Book 17, which was the book that the 2 numbers that somebody else gave, which was from my last book haul, Robin Sharma, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, which, as I said in my last book tag of On My Shelf, I think this is a lot like The Alchemist, sort of enlightening, bit preachy, etc. Brittany from Under the Radar Books, who I adore. Hi Brittany. She got in touch via YouTube and gave me shelf 3, book 24, which is We Need to Talk About Kevin by Lionel Shriver. I haven't read this. This is also been made into a film, and I think it is about a Kevin is a young boy who goes on to murder some of his students, I think, and it's letters between his mum and dad who have gone through a divorce. I could be wrong, but I believe it's really hard hitting, quite gritty. It's got here, stunningly powerful. So I am looking forward to getting around to this, and I often put this on my TBR, not so much recently, but like I always used to be like, I must read that soon, I must read that soon. I actually must read this soon because it's supposed to be really, really good. God, that kid looks creepy on the front. Lily Calder got in touch and gave me shelf 9, book 23, which was If I Stay by Gail Foreman. So I bought this in a charity shop after I saw that it had been remade into a film. Again, before I joined BookTube, another place I would get book recommendations would be books that had been made into film, because I thought, hey, if this book's been made into a film, it must be a pretty good book. So I used to do a lot of buying of books that were being made into a film, and that's how I got hold of If I Stay by Gail Foreman. I haven't read it, and I think it's about a young girl who has a car accident and her mum and dad die in it, and she is like somewhere in between life and death, and yeah, I think it's sort of like that. So it's been made into a film with Chloe Grace Moretz in it too. And my last book is and the last set of numbers was 1 and 10, which was given to me by Liz, who is a lovely lady who comments on all of my YouTube videos. Hi Liz! And she said shelf 1, book 10. Now shelf 1 isn't a particular shelf, so I'm quite OCD, and next to my bed I have a on the floor underneath the radiator I have a little pile of books I've read, books of this month, so books I've read this month, books I'm reading this month, books I've got to read this month, a separate pile, this is all very long and on the floor, books that I will wanting to read next month, and books that I've bought that are waiting to be filmed because they're in a book haul or something. So that is shelf 1, even though it's not really a shelf. And within this shelf there's always a lot of library books and things like that, things that I'm looking forward to reading. And on shelf 1, book 10 was It's Not Me, It's You by Myri McFarlane. Now I hope to read this month in February. I'm filming this in February even though it's March. And I don't think I'm going to get round to it. I read Game of Thrones this month, and it was like over 800 pages long, and really threw me for a bit. But I will get round to reading this at some point. I believe it is about a woman called Delia who her life sort of gets turned inside out, and she goes and works for, I think it's a publishing company, but I've heard really good things. It's like really smart and fun and enjoyable, so I will get round to reading that at some point, but it just might not be this month. So that is my on my shelf tag. I hope you enjoyed both videos, either this one and the other one. I really enjoyed doing this tag, as I said in my last video. It's just a nice way to show off some of my books. And now I've got to go and put all these books back on the shelf, which is also fun. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and I will see you again next time for another BookTube video. Goodbye!